this. We have some very dramatic video of the Ohio River showing the moment where the storm appears to cross the river from Indiana over to Kentucky. We are hearing similar reports of damage in both Madison, Indiana and nearby in Milton, Kentucky.
A lot of damage reports coming in, severe damage to buildings and homes. So far, luckily, we've not had any reports of injuries, but Christina San Juan says that missed Louisville totally. And
yes, it did.
The metro area dodged it, but we need to keep an eye on for the next few hours tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not get your guard down just because we're still seeing the sunshine and actually made it to 82 degrees here in the city, tying the record high temperature for the day. But just make sure that you are staying weather aware overnight because the threat is not over yet, especially not for southern Indiana, where we do have a tornado watch in effect until midnight tonight. That includes you folks around Paoli and Orange County, Jackson, Lawrence, and Jennings again until midnight. And that's because, well, if you look off to our west, there's several severe thunderstorm warnings, and not only that, but several tornado warnings at this time on both sides of St. Louis. And that's going to continue to move toward the east. And at that rate, it will just barely be clipping you folks around Jackson, Jennings, and Lawrence counties. But if for some reason it finds a more favorable environment, it could suddenly make a southerly move there. So we're going to be watching it very closely over the next couple of hours. I'm not guaranteeing that we're going to see some sort of spin up. However, the history of this storm is showing that it is certainly capable of producing some rotation. Nothing out there right now. Most of us are very warm and just dealing with quite a bit of a breeze as we take a look at those temperatures on either side of 80 degrees as we speak. 79 PRP over to Valley Station, 78 in Bowman Field, and 80 degrees right now in Sellersburg, Indiana. 72 in Paoli, 78 in Scottsburg, and then we have a lot of 77s. Looks like the popular number from Bardstown, Kentucky, down to Campbellsville. Now, I just spoke about that wind, and take a look at this. We're gusting to 35 miles per hour right now in Frankfort as those storms slowly approach us from the west and from the southwest. So let's talk about that second wave that's going to be passing through by 8 o'clock this evening. Still think we're going to be dry, warm, and quite breezy, but you'll notice those storms aren't far away. By about 10 o'clock, that's when it's going to be pretty noisy across Kentucky, and especially there in southern Indiana from Jasper up to North Vernon, Madison. Unfortunately, you are also included on this second wave of showers and thunderstorms. This is at 10 o'clock tonight, and that'll continue to work its way through to the southeast. I expect it here in the city by midnight at the very latest before it continues to push on down toward E-Town, Bardstown, and Munfordville by about 1 o'clock in the morning. The whole thing will be out of here. It is a pretty quick mover by about 3 o'clock tomorrow morning, and then we'll just be dealing with some lingering sprinkles as you head out the door. Temperatures hovering on either side of 60 degrees. Into the afternoon, we're not going to be nearly as warm as what we've seen the last couple of days, since all of these storms are associated with a very strong cold front that's going to be pushing through the area. When it comes to our weather threats with any of these storms that develop, really all modes of severe weather are going to be on the table. So we could see damaging wind gusts upwards of 60 miles per hour, large hail up to even golf ball size going to be possible. So you want to make sure to park those cars in the garage. Frequent lightning, as we're seeing right now off to our west, heavy rain, maybe some localized flash flooding areas. And yes, we are looking at a tornado threat as well. But let's look ahead to sunnier days really quick. Saturday and into Sunday, it's going to finally see the sunshine return and quiet weather that we can enjoy with temperatures in the mid 60s on Saturday and then cooling down ever so slightly for your St. Patrick's Day on Sunday. Temperature is going to be seasonably cool. We'll call it 57 degrees, and then we'll be unseasonably cool. We'll call it that on Monday, as we're only going to make it into the 40s. But your first day of spring arrives on Tuesday. It'll be feeling pretty nice, at least there for a few days with sunshine and temperatures climbing to the lower 60s.